that bomb, John Carter, the movie? It killed Disney's reputation, bottom line, and its earnings. Well, now it's Warner Brothers' turn with a fiasco flick, Jack the Giant Slayer, which last weekend slew profits and image. Erik Childress from the Chicago Film Critics Association, our man for movies and money. I would think this would have slayed some careers, too.
It might. I mean, Warner Brothers is having a pretty awful year so far. They had a big disappointment with Gangster Squad, and then two more with Bullet to the Head and Beautiful Creatures.
But this was the big money loss.
This was the big money loss. This was a $190, $195, maybe even $200 million budgeted film. So it's a film that has to gross about half a billion dollars just to break even, and that includes worldwide sales and whatnot.
Now, it does have some potential for redemption in the coming months. They have a half dozen or so new movies coming out.
Yeah, I mean, we have, next week, we have The Incredible BURT, WONDERSTONE, which is Steve Carell and Jim Carrey. Carell's got a pretty decent track record at the box office. I think this might be their best film of the year, Warner Brothers, money-wise. But then you look forward to April, and I think they might have a surprise hit with 42, which is the Jackie Robinson story. It's baseball season's going to be kicking into gear. Baseball films don't always do very well, but I think this is a film that could, transcend a lot of demographics.
Does that one sort of have an independent production value to it, or is this going to be happy endings and a lot of cheering?
Well, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't say exactly what direction the movie takes. I'm sure it's going to be a story of triumph, so it's going to be a feel-good story on top of it. And it's a smaller budgeted film, so I think this film has budget-wise has a chance to be more successful. And then you have The Great Gatsby.
Boy, the promotion for that is already in full swing.
Well, it was originally supposed to come out at Christmas, and it was originally supposed to open up against Django Unchained, which also starred Leonardo DiCaprio. So they moved it into May, and it's in the same slot that last year cost Warner Brothers quite a bit of money with Dark Shadows, the Tim Burton film. But, does anyone really want to see another version of The Great Gatsby? I don't care how much razzmatazz in it. This is the book that everyone tried to avoid reading in high school. So I don't expect, a boon of dollars to come in for this movie.
Real fickle industry, isn't it, Derek? I mean, you can never know what's going to hit, what's going to bomb.
Yeah.
And so much rides on these movies.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get a sense. I mean, we kind of, sort of saw the Giant Slayer bomb kind of coming a mile away. But then, you go back into, Warner Brothers goes back into the well for a sequel. And after Great Gatsby, they have The Hangover Part 3 coming out, which they hope is going to be a big hit for them. The other two, obviously, gigantic hits. The last one cost $80 million, so if they keep the budget down on this one, I think they can pull a profit. But everyone hated the second movie, so you're going to see the profits come down on this one. I guarantee that.
I guess being a movie star, you're not getting as much pay these days.
No, not at all. But then the Warner Brothers in June has sort of their tentpole film of the year, which is Man of Steel, which is the new Superman film directed by Zack Snyder. The last Superman film, Superman Returns in 2006, didn't do very well for the studio. Not a lot of people liked it so much. But again, this is another very big budgeted film, so it's going to take a lot of money worldwide for this film to sort of come up in profit.
All right, we got Oz opening this week. We'll see you next week and talk about some post-Oz movies that are coming out. Erik, thanks.
Thank you.